Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about hooks and how can we store our input data in our hook, or you can say use state. There is many different type of hooks available in React. For example, use state, use effect, use reference, use reducer, use callback. Look at here. All the hooks have one word common in the beginning: use effect, use reference, use reducer. You can identify any hook by its name. If something is written like that, use effect, you can simply identify by looking at it. This is a hook. If I declare a variable using the hook const set data, const data set data is equal to use state, we can set initial value to 1. We can identify any hook by its name. In the beginning of each hook, use are returned. Look at here at use state, there is a use in the beginning. In the use effect, there is a use in the beginning. All have a use in the beginning. Take a example of use state. I declare a variable with the help of hook input data. Set input data is equal to use state. Initial value we put here just empty. What do you mean by const input? And what do you mean by set input? How it's work? Use state have a such property that you can fetch value by first variable name, and you can set the value with the help of second variable name. Let I will set a value of input data. How can I set the value? Set input to 5. I can set the value of state. If I want to fetch the value, then I will use the input data, not set input. If I want to set the data, I will use the second parameter variable name, set input. You can put any name. I put here set inputs, same name should be written here. Then we have to add set inputs. So I want to show console.log in input data. It is used for fetching the data and it is used for setting the data. And here we put the default data. I will show you an example. First, let's start npx react native node.js terminal started. It will take little time. Before checking about the use state, let's discuss about the use effect. Use effect have a format like this. It is look like arrow function and we have a big bracket at the end. If I want to see the value, what value stored inside the input data, I just put here console.log input data so that I can check the value, what value stored inside the input data. What is the use of second bracket? It is called dependency of useEffect. If I create a variable or a state variable, testing, set testing, it is not necessary to give name like this. You can give according to your wish, but according to the universal coding, we put here set, so that in a long program another coder can understand easily where we are setting the value and where we are fetching the value. So look here, it is showing empty. How we can prove that this is the value of input data? Just for the confirmation, I just write here console.log input data value. Look at here, input data value, and it is just empty in second line. Use effect, if we have a empty dependency, then it will run only once when by default screen is open. When we navigate from one screen to another screen, on that case we don't have any dependency, it will run only once. If we give the dependency like testing, I put here testing. If we change any value in a testing, it will run. First, it will run by default when this variable is initialized to the empty data type, or we can put here 0. It depends on our wish. Here we created the dependency testing. When we change the value with the help of set testing, it will run automatically. For example, we have a input data. Just remove the flat list and scroll view. We just remove these things. We simply keeping text input. Here on change text, we are setting the value set testing to name. Control S. Look at here. Uh, when we try to input any data, I think screen and terminal both things are visible. When we change anything like I pass here 1, it is running. Look at here. When I pass 2, it is running again. When I pass 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When we change any text in a text input, then it is setting the value in a testing. It have a dependency of a testing. When there will be any change in a testing, it will run automatically. Here, instead of input data, we have to print testing. So each time what value we enter here, it should be visible in a terminal. Press Ctrl S. Let's remove the render function. Unnecessary thing we need to remove so that you can easily understand the things. Ctrl S. Okay, done. Open the text field. Also open the terminal. Okay. I press 1. Look at here. Use effect run. When I press 2, yeah, it is 2. When I press 3, 4, 5, 4 again, 5, 6, it is working fine. So what is the use of use effect? We put anything inside the use effect, it will run according to the dependency. If we are not creating dependency, let's remove the testing and press Ctrl S. What initially data we have inside here, it is showing in the terminal only once. I do change, it is not reflecting because use effect run only once. When we create dependency, it will run when there will be any change in the value of the dependency. Like here, we put the testing. So that is the use of use effect. There is also one thing, use layout effect. It is also a hook. It having same format, but the difference between use effect and use layout effect is before the use effect, use layout effect will run. If I put here console.log use layout effect, why I put console.log? Console.log is only used for showing the data inside the terminal. I remove the dependency. Okay. Look at here. Use layout effect hook written below the use effect, but it is showing the message above the input data value plus plus. First it is running, after that use effect is running. If we want to change a data which is necessary for use effect, so that in that case we use the use layout effect. Commonly we use the use effect. So let's remove the use layout effect. Use layout effect is covered. Use state is covered. We can declare a variable. It may be integer type, boolean type, anything. Like here, we just put true. In a React, with the help of JavaScript, we can declare a state like this only. But in a TypeScript, we have to write here what type of variable we are using here. We don't install the dependency of TypeScript, so we do not need to write these things here.